Hi, my name is Kalyan, and today I'm going to tell you a story that is very close to my heart. It's an animal fable, something that most of us would have already heard a few times. But this is a story that is one of my favorite stories. The story is called The Tiger and the Cow. So once on the edge of a forest, there lived a farmer who had a big herd of cows. So every morning, the cowherd would gather all the cows and take them through the forest to a meadow and let them graze on the green grass that was abundant there. And once the cows had their fill, in the evening, they would come back to their calves and who would be eagerly waiting for them and feed. Now, of all the cows in the herd, the gentlest and the wisest of all the cows was called Punyakoti, who was the mother to the sweetest little calf that anyone had ever seen. Punyakoti had a kind heart, and she was loved by all her friends. And she also liked to tell stories to all the calves at night, teaching them the importance of being good. One must always be honest and truthful, even in great adversity, is something she would often tell to the calves. In the forest, there lived a fierce tiger. Once, the tiger was young and big and strong, but he had grown old and weak and had trouble catching even the smallest of prey. So he started moving towards the outer edges of the forest, hoping to have easier access to meal. One day, the tiger was walking gently in the forest, weak and hungry, when he came across a meadow where the herd was grazing peacefully. He looked at all the cows and he licked his lips and thought to himself, fatted cows, they're big and slow, and even in my weakened state, I'm sure to be faster than them. I'm going to catch one of them tonight for my meal. Which one? That one, that big, fat one who seems to be slower than the rest. The tiger then went and hid behind a rock and waited for his chance. As evening fell, the cowherd gathered the cows and set off for home. The tiger slowly came out of its hiding place. As he had expected, one of the cows was slower than the rest and was lagging well behind the rest of the herd. Tiger smiled and set off. Punyakoti, or the slow cow, was none other than Punyakoti, the scent of the tiger. She turned. She saw the tiger chasing after her. She let out a great bellow in fear and began to run. The tiger saw the cow running and started to sprint. Punyakoti ran as fast as her legs could carry her. But the tiger ran faster and faster, thinking of his meal, getting away. Punyakoti bellowed desperately for help, but the herd was too far away. She was running for dear life, but her lungs were bursting. Her legs began to buckle and she slowed down, and the tiger pounced on her and brought her down. The tiger was about to land the killing blow when Punyakoti addressed him in a calm voice. "Oh, mighty tiger, please spare me," she said. "Spare you? Why should I spare you?" "I'm a mother, and there's a little hungry calf in the village who is eagerly waiting for my arrival. Oh, please have mercy and spare my life." "I haven't eaten for days, and I am very hungry. If I spare you, how will I satisfy my hunger? How will I ever eat if I let go of every animal I hunt that pleads for mercy?" Punyakoti heard the tiger in silence.
She realized the truth in the tiger's words. And it said, "Oh, brave tiger, you are right. God gave you the ability to hunt other animals and feed yourself and your. It is the way of the world. And I cannot deny you the food that you so justly caught. It's unfair of me to ask you to make an exception." The tiger was taken aback. He had hunted and killed innumerable animals in his lifetime, and many of them fled for their lives, but none had ever spoken thus. Punyakoti continued, "But my little calf must be very hungry and eagerly looking forward to his evening meal. At least allow me to go and feed him for one last time and say my goodbye. I will return to you as soon as I feed him. Please, please, and I will be happy to become your meal." I was speechless for a moment. Then
Do I look so stupid? How can I be so sure that you're going to come back? If I let you go now, you may not return. I might as well kill you now and eat you.
I've become old and weak. And if I let you go,
There is no way of knowing when I will be able to catch another prey again.
oh valiant tiger, please, I'm asking you this favor not for me, but my poor hungry calf. He would be wondering where his mother is. I need to at least let him know that from now on, he is going to be on his own. I promise you that I will be back, and I never break my promise. The tiger was in a dilemma. He was moved by the brave cow's plea and her love for her calf. She doesn't come back. At last, he decided to trust his instincts and agreed to the cow's wishes.
All right. You can go back to your calf and return to me once you're done. I will wait for you right here.
And so saying, he found himself a soft spot under a tree and lay down to rest. Punyakoti thanked the tiger and rushed back to the village as fast as she could. The little calf was scared and hungry. All the other cows had come back. Where was his mother? And as soon as he saw her, he ran to her. Punyakoti soothed him and fed him. And once the little one was full and he was no longer hungry, she told him about the incident with the tiger and the promise she had made. The little calf was scared and whispered, "Please, please don't go back. Mother, please, please stay with me." He wailed. Punyakoti held her son and told him gently, "Son, I have made a promise. You wouldn't want your mother to break her promise now, would you? But I need you. Who will look after me when you're gone? Who will feed me? And who will tell me stories at night?" He asked innocently. Punyakoti gathered all the other cows in the herd and explained to them where she was going. "Please take care of my son," she appealed to them. The friends were very sad and begged her to stay back.
You're free now. Please stay back. There is no need for you to go and return to only be eaten up by a cruel beast,
said her friend. Punyakoti disagreed. "I gave my word to the tiger. One must always stay on the path of the truth. And so I must remain true to my word and return to the tiger." She turned to her son with a sad smile. "Goodbye, my son. Be a good cow. Do not trouble the herd, but always, always Stay true to yourself. With a final goodbye to her little one and to her friends, Punyakoti turned her back to the herd and began walking towards the forest, with a thin look in her eyes. Meanwhile, in the forest, the tiger was bristling with hunger. And as time passed, his hunger grew and he was feeling weaker and weaker. And he began to curse himself for being such a fool that he let the cow go and let go of his dinner.
Who in their right minds will return to a certain death? It doesn't look like she's coming back. If the other animals in the forest hear of this, they're going to laugh at me. Oh, what have I done?
Kept waiting. In the distance, he saw a movement. His aging eyes could only make out a dark shape coming towards him. And he could not believe his eyes when he saw Punyakoti walking towards him. She came and stood in front of him and said, "Here I am, O generous tiger. I offer you my heartfelt thanks for allowing me to feed my little one for one last time and to say my goodbye. I'm very sorry to have kept you waiting, but now here I am, as I promised. Please go ahead and satisfy your hunger." Just hunger.
Why did you choose to come back, knowing that you will meet your end?
Punyakoti only smiled in response and said, "I gave you my word, and I always keep my promise. Now, please accept me as your meal." The tiger was moved, felt humbled by her courage and honesty, and thought for a long time, and he finally shook his head.
No, I cannot eat you,
He said in the softest voice he could manage.
I can stay hungry for some more time until I find other food.
And even if I don't, it's better that I die of hunger than kill an honest, truthful soul like you. And with that, he got up, he bowed to her, turned, and disappeared into the forest. So that was the story of the cow and the tiger.